Deidre, aka Raindrops, and if you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning drop, what it do, girl? Happy new cycle 2026 to everyone out there. I hope when the new year officially hits that it brings you nothing but abundance and prosperity. Happiness, joy, safety to you and your families. And let's get this year started. This is the first video of the year for me. I've been gone for about a month. The last video I did, I had talked about bleaching my hair. It is a pretty medium ash blonde, which is this soft brown. It looks darker now, and that's because I just use my hair products to lay it down. So whenever you use, your hair could be blonde. It's gonna look darker once you wet it. So when it dries, you'll be able to, I think you can catch some of it now in the light. So yeah, I have been wearing my hair for the last couple of months, just mini buns or my puffs. Haven't braided my hair up or twisted it up in a while. I actually did 2 videos for you guys for a wash and go. I didn't like how it turned out because my hair, for me, is still at the awkward length. Even though if you check that video where my hair was straight, you'll see my hair comes here. But of course, when you wash, you have this shrinkage. So yeah, today is a makeup video. Sorry if you can hear my neighbors. I think he's mowing the lawn or something. But yeah. Also, I have not done my nails in a year. Like, I've been wearing my real nails, but I had not done my nails in a year. And yo, they're so pretty. These are Gel X nails. They are very easy to do for me. I've been doing hair and nails since I was like 20 years old. So yeah, did that, got that out the way. So today I always do minimal makeup, so I'm gonna prime my face. I still don't have my primer that I like. I ran out and have not been back to get it, but the Stay Matte Rimmel used to be my favorite until I came across that oil sucker from Patrick Starr. So I'm gonna mix the Rimmel and the, what's this? Makeup Revolution mattifying primers together. I'm gonna try not to make this video long. If you're new here, as you can see, I don't have problematic skin unless I eat something that I'm allergic to, such as chocolate. It breaks my skin out. So I'm going to, my initial thought was to do the video for you guys with the no foundation look. I'm just gonna do my foundation, my liquid as well, but show you guys how to use, if you're in your 40s and 50s, how to use just minimal makeup. I just did my eyebrows as well off camera, so I do not have a skincare routine. I've never had one. Is wash my face, that's it. If it's the dead of winter and it's really cold, I have oily skin, so during the winter, sometimes around this area, and right here in my brows, it may get a little dry. But yeah, I don't do serums and all of that stuff. I use oatmeal soap, Yardley's oatmeal soap, to wash my face. And for the last few months, I have been using CeraVe face wash, but that's only because I bought it for my 15-year-old and he has not been using it, and I think that CeraVe is like $16, $17, and I wasn't letting that go to waste. So I'll use that if I don't use my soap, and that's it. So I don't moisturize. I don't do eye creams or any of that. It's just not my bag, and I don't feel I really need to use that stuff, so I'm good right now. I'm gonna do my eyebrows first using the Wet n Wild pencil. Oh, no, I'm not. Lying to y'all already in the new year. I'm gonna take my mixture of setting powder. This is the Ben Nye setting powder mixed with the Huda Beauty. This shade is Conifer, and I mixed it with the Ben Nye Topaz. So I also, because I don't have the Patrick Star, which that's the only thing I need to use when I prime, I don't have it, so I have to take extra measures and set the primer with the powder. But I only do it in the oily parts of my skin. And also I went back to color correcting just a little, because, and I'm gonna zoom in, and if you guys are in your 40s and 50s, I'm 53. So if you are in your 40s and 50s and you have noticed, like, as you get older, because I'm going through perimenopause, and I'm like, what is going on? Why does it look like this happened like a few months ago? And it looked as if like I had a mustache. And I'm like, I don't. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see there isn't one bit of hair. I don't have a mustache. I'm not a smoker or anything like that. But I noticed discoloration. And this wasn't here before, so you can see it now through the powder. Again, I'm going to zoom in. It's like it's purple right here. And I don't know what that is. It's never been there before. I don't know if it's a perimenopausal thing or just getting older, but I didn't like that. So I was like, what the hell? I'm just dusting away the excess powder. So I'm gonna color correct right here, because when I put the powder on and my makeup on, you can still see through it. And that was so weird to me. I'm like, if I've covered it up, why am I seeing it? But it's like it's really light, but it's still noticeable. So I don't know what that's all about, but I wasn't feeling it. So I'm just gonna color correct a little bit. That's it. And then I'm gonna, it's not dark. It actually looks a little better because I've been sleeping quite a bit. I'm the person that does not sleep. I'm up all hours of the night. I've always had trouble sleeping, but I'm a stay-at-home mom and wife, so when the boys go to school, I sleep. But not until I've had to watch TV before I can go to sleep. All right, so that's done. So now I'm going to do my brows. When you do your brows, I'm just following where the lines are naturally, just filling in anything. But that's why I did my brows before I came on camera, so I could cut them down, trim them down how I like. And that's not even a lawnmower that they have going, that's the generator. I'm like, why is it still running like that? This is brown because I don't like black. It just looks so harsh against my skin, so I choose to use a brown. Yeah, they are never going to be identical. Told y'all this in previous videos when I talked through. Your eyebrows are never identical, but long as they look related, it's cool. I'm going to clean it up with the LA Girl Pro Concealer and Fawn. And let me get my other two. And I like to squeeze out enough because I'm going to put this in places that I want to highlight. I use wax paper to mix my foundations and lay this down, and then I dispose of it, just throw it away. And then I'm just gonna blend it out. All right, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is my foundation. I like the Makeup Revolution IRL filter. This is a shade 13.5. I always use this. This is, I started using it about a year ago, and I just gravitated it because how matte it stays. But that shade is not my exact shade. We've talked about this in previous videos. I never see it in the stores. I don't care if I go to Ulta. Target and Ulta are the ones who sells it. Never seen it anywhere else. And they do not have the shade. So what I do is add the Ulta Beauty Velvety Matte Foundation. This shade is Deep Neutral. So I just add a little bit of that on top because it's a little bit darker brown. So a little too dark for me. So I just like to mix them together. And when I tell y'all I use minimal makeup, I use minimal makeup. Don't really like a lot. And I suggest if you don't need a lot, don't use a lot. Just wiping off what's left. And as you guys can see up close, I don't have a lot on. So I'm going to use, I'm all over the place. Normally I use a brush, but about a week ago I went back to using my sponge. So let me wet it real quick. So I wet it and it's expanded. So just gonna get all the water out. And start to blend it out. Also, if you are new to makeup and you're in your 40s and 50s, thank goodness I don't have any yet. I have like probably just one or two, but it's like in the crease. I don't have fine lines or wrinkles yet. But I suggest if you do, definitely moisturize under your eyes first, and don't carry your foundation under your eyes. If you're gonna use concealer and color correct, there is no point in putting the foundation itself. You're just caking on unnecessary makeup. And I'm going to sure to get around my brows. I like these sponges because they have a point, so I'm able to, you know, guide it around without going into the brow itself, messing it up. And I am getting close to my hairline as possible. So now, as you can see, it is a perfect shade match. And I like that for me. So now I'm going to contour, and I mean very little. This is the Morphe Glamour Bronze in the shade Supreme. I have been using this for the last 5 years. I'm gonna use this brush because again, I don't want a lot. And I'm gonna, you can tell where your cheekbones are when you do that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit there. And then I'm gonna go along my jawline. A little bit here. As you guys can see, like it's like you barely can see it. I have to zoom in, but just a little. And then I'm going to do my nose. And I feel with makeup, some of these steps you do not have to take. You can literally just get away with foundation, just a powder by itself. Depends on your skin and what you're looking to do. I don't bring it down all the way on my nose. I have a small nose, so I don't need to do that. And then I'm just gonna go along my forehead. Again, make sure you get close to your hairline. And that's all I'm doing there. So now I'm gonna blend that out. So I like to take my angle brush. The only thing I use this for is to blend out the contour. I'm just gonna go along my jawline and just blend everything. I don't carry makeup on my neck. Told you guys this before, but if you're new here, all my work costs a lot of money. I'm not covering it up, and nor do I want any makeup on my clothing. So it's the same color, so I don't need to bring any makeup down to cover that up. When you blend out your contour for your jawline, I leave it kind of in the same spot and then bring it upwards. And then I'm gonna blend it out really good around my forehead, just by bringing it down. Kind of in a circle, but make sure you're blending out your edges. And then I do my nose last because I'm gonna highlight. And I meant to lay my concealer down first so it could dry down a little bit, but I don't use a lot. And I'm not that girly that's gonna put on a darker concealer and then a lighter concealer. I'm not doing that. I don't do that. You're gonna get this little bit of concealer here. And I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see how we're using. If I need it anymore, then I will use it, but this is, yeah, pretty much it, all I want. And now I'm gonna blend that out. I'm gonna use my angle brush from my nose. I like to swipe down and then do it in a patting motion to blend that out. And then I'm going in with the brush. Again, I always like to just, you can't really see, it's not much in here because I only use this for under my eyes. But any old concealer or whatever, I just like to clean my brushes off. So I'm gonna start here and blend it outwards. And then I also like to carry it over on my nose area here so I can blend it out where I put the contour so it doesn't look dark and harsh. And as you can see, it's not a lot. I'm just concentrating it right in here. And then I like to bring it down and make sure the edges are blended. No raccoon mask over here. We're not doing that raccoon eye. No. Start on the edge here, blend it out and up. Nothing's really on the brush, but I'm just bringing it down here. Now I'm going to go ahead and set it. Set your under eyes first before you do your face, so you don't so that it doesn't sit and it creases. And I'm using the same powder and this little sponge I got from Ulta Beauty. I like it. I don't bake, and I'm not using all of this. I just take it, tap it all the way out. Oh, I'm lying again. I like to do my nose first to let this sit. This is the only thing that you're gonna see me bake. And I don't know why, I just do it and leave it there. So now I'm gonna take what's left on here. As you can see, it looks like really nothing, and set. And I have to be careful since my nails are long now. And I'm gonna take what's on the back of my hand to set here. And I'm using a lighter color here to blend all of this in together. As because you can say, I did not put any concealer here. And I'm also going back on the back of my hand and pick up what was there for the other eye. I take it on the bridge of my nose here to further just clean up the contour. And that is that for that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my foundation. And I'm using the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. And this is the shade Medium Deep Neutral number 45. This is the shade. Also, I like to use the sponge from here. These came like 2 in a pack. No, 3. You get the bigger one and then 2 small ones, I think. So I'm just gonna press that in here and then set everywhere I put the liquid. And I am going to be sure to set my brows. And then I like this because of that point, so I can go around my nose. I can smell the laundry detergent because I had my husband wash these in the machine. And I'm just making sure that every place is set. And next, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. Normally I use my finger, but I don't want the nail to stick everywhere. So I'm going in what I already had on that paper to set it. I'm gonna try to use my finger. And the palette that I'm going to be using, you guys have seen this as well on the channel. I have some glue. This is, Profusion. This palette is from Walmart. I like Profusion. Their shadows are very pigmented at last. But this is their Nude Bliss. And I am gonna go in they have names to the shades because they're in gold and that light hits. It's kind of hard to read sometimes. But I am going to go in with the shade Outgoing, which is this brown here. Get the ring light out. This shade here. And I'm also going to use a little bit of Camel. So these two shades here, Outgoing and Camel. I'm going to like blend them together. Again, I'm always cleaning my brushes out because I don't want the makeup to sit in the brush. So I'm going to go in with the Outgoing first, more because it was the darker. Now, this does have kickback, fallout, so be careful with you're doing your shadows so that the powder flies everywhere. And then I'm going in with the Camel. And I predominantly am using it right here above the crease in this area. Just basically as a transition shade. And I also like to look up because when you look up and you look in your mirror, you can see it in your crease where you're blending at. So now that that is done, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks, I think they're called. And I'm going to use the brown in here, which is called No Fudge Given. That dark brown, because I want a little bit of depth. So I'm going to take a small detail brush. And I'm just going right along the edge of my eye. I'll zoom in. And then I'm going to carry it into the crease. But not a lot. Like, I'm not going to carry it all the way over. And if you can hear the boys, they got out of school early today. Well, the youngest one didn't even go today. He twisted his ankle at school in PE yesterday. Again, hold your head down and kind of look into your mirror so you can see how far you are dragging that crease line. And then I'm going to set my brows, under my brows at the top, with the midnight powder and the Huda. I'm going to take what's left on the brush to blend out the brown. So I'm going to go ahead along here to highlight the brow bone, and I'm going to sweep it away. And then I'm going down here to blend that out. And now that is blended out, I'm going to take the camel and I'm going to put it on my eyelid, concentrating it there. And I'm going to just press and tap that here on the eyelid. And if you want your colors to show up even heavier, just add more primer. Leave it a little bit more wet so it can pick up. So now I'm going in with angle brush. If you're new here, I started going back to my angle brush like a week ago. And that's just only by default because I had a thin liner brush. This is for liners as well. And when I went out with my sister for her birthday last month, I took my brush with me and she used it to line her lips. And I said, don't lose my brush. Of course, you know, drinking, flipping in her purse, she lost my brush. So refer to this, and I really like this one better. So this is the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel. Even though it says gel, this is not wet like the Wet n Wild, you know, liquid liner. I like this because it's matte. It has no shine. It's not liquidy, and it's not getting or burning my eyes. So I hold it this way for this eye, and then flip it this way so the point itself will be closer to the eye, the corner of your eye. So I'm just gonna tug at my eye a little bit and go closest to my waterline. And then I'm gonna bring it out a little bit. So if you guys like minimal makeup, when I do makeup on my channel, this is going to be the channel for you, because I'm not into heavy makeup. The next video I'm going to do for you guys is probably going to be my routine that I do and don't use any liquid foundation. Some people don't realize, like, when you use a lot of makeup, especially if you're, well, I'm not even gonna say especially if you're older, because I've seen women, young ladies, you know, in their 20s and 30s who just apply so much makeup and it makes them look older. Oh crap. I'm kind of glad that happened, so I can show you guys how to fix that. I was trying to make sure my wings were even. So to clean that up, just take any brush, or you can use the actual brush that's on if you have the LA Girl, and you can just clean it up. You just follow the line there, and then I'm going to take a Q-tip so that doesn't show. I'm not going to put any on my lower lash line. I don't want to today. And then my next step, before I do my lashes, I'm not putting on any lashes. So you guys will know, there are times that I may, but not really. It's kind of like special occasion type, if I just felt, you know, the need to do. But I'm going to show you this mascara when I'm finished. But the lashes that I like to wear are natural, so they're not long, they're kissed, and these are just stuck here, little flowers that I would place on my face. And you will see me, I always, for my third eye, I always put like a rhinestone or something here, but you don't have to do that. That's just me and my spirituality. So I'm going to take, I'm wearing brown. So I'm going to take my Supreme Seductress palette by Prism Makeup, and this was bought off of Amazon years ago. I'm going to use this orangey shade here. It's called Ring Ring. And I put this under my eyes here and here to soften the look. And I'm really just going right on the corner of the eye on the top here. Not a lot. And as you guys can see, it softens the look. The mascara. This mascara, I love it to death. I came across it last year, so I've been using it for a year. This is the Max Stack Elevated Mascara. This is the travel size, the mini, $16.99 in Ulta. The bigger size, I think, is $30 or $32. And I'm gonna zoom in so you can see and why I stopped wearing lashes, strip lashes, if I don't have to, because of this. Literally look like I put on a pair of natural lashes. And then I'm going to put a little bit on my bottom lash line. Making sure I only touch the lash, because I don't want, like, I put on eyeliner. Take this same brush that I did for my contour to blend. Make sure you blend your contour out here so it doesn't look harsh. If there's one thing I'm gonna do is blend, y'all. Blend it out. So the next step now is my blush. And I'm gonna take, this is the Nika K. When I say I have been rocking with Nika K for the last 10 years. since 11 years since I've been on YouTube and doing makeup. I didn't start doing my makeup until 2015. So, but yeah, I love the beauty supply store brand product, Nika K. This is her, what is this? The Cheek palette. And I'm gonna use this orange here. So I'm gonna take my brush, dab it in a little bit, tap it, and I'm gonna go in a circular motion right here in this area and bring it up. And then I'm also going to, I like to put it on my nose. You don't have to if you don't want to. I just like the way it looks. It's just like a flush of color. Like, and then what I like to do is blend everything together. So this brush is used just for that. I just take any fluffy foundation brush and I just blend everything together. So you won't see any harsh lines. And I'm gonna go ahead and use time for lips. I'm going to use my brown this is I want to say this is Ruby Kisses. This is the lipstick. This is the shade Espresso, and I'm gonna line my lips with it. Can you bring me my purse? And I'm gonna line my lips. Thank you. My lip gloss is in here, y'all. My favorite lip gloss. And I have to get some more because I'm running low on her. And then I'm going in with the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Hot Chocolate. Let's pull my lip ring out of the way. Like, oh my God, y'all, like, that is why this definitely, like, this lasted a long, because I bought this during the summertime last year. And I will be back after I'm dressed, put my earrings on and all of that. I straight forgot to do something. I'm still blending. This is another fluffy brush. This is just more condenser. I told you, I am a blender. You don't see any harsh lines here. I forgot something that I love to do, and that is highlight my nose and the bridge. I do my Cupid's bow as well, but I'm not gonna do it today. I stopped doing my this is just water. I like to wet my brush. I stopped doing my cheekbones over a year ago for some reason. I was, you know, I was like, I didn't need that, so I'm gonna go back into this palette and I'm gonna use the pinky shade here. And I'm literally just like dabbing it. Just very subtle. And then right here in the middle. I don't bring it down the bridge of my nose either, just right there. Blend it out a bit. And that's it. So now I'll be back. Okay, everyone, this is the finished look. And let me show you guys my outfit. Normally I do the whole thing, but I didn't today, so. It's one of my long mid-rise floor-length skirts. Top, waist beads. So everything is from Shein. I love my pockets. It has pockets. Bracelets, except for these 3 white ones. Everything else from the beauty supply store. Oh, this one was given to me. People wonder why I wear these. These, of course, they don't match. It's green, but that's not what this is for. I don't take them off until I take a shower. But I will let you guys know really quick. This is Parrot Up. This is Pyrite and Clear Quartz. And this is Green Adventurine. They are money, luck, abundance crystals. And I wear them every day, like I said, until I take my shower. Yeah, so this is the completed look. This is one of the jewels I wear on my third eye. And just simple. And yeah, the whole makeup. I love me. If you're new here, I do colorful makeup. I also do FX makeup, characters. You can go look at some shorts. You'll see makeup on my channel, like the Grinch, Avatar, a bunch of different stuff I've done, especially for Halloween. So I'm an artist. I draw as well as I am a beautician by trade. So makeup in this style actually ended up coming easy to me once I saw people doing it on YouTube 2015, because I didn't wear foundation and all of that. When I started wearing eyeshadow, I was putting eyeshadow on wrong as hell. The eyeshadow was put in the correct places, but the blending is what I was not aware of back then. But and I've always worn eyeliner and a lip gloss. That was pretty much it. So me knowing how to blend my makeup out just by watching and not using a lot came very easy to me. But yeah, this is the completed look and I absolutely love it. Like I said, I'll do a close-up so you guys can see. It is not heavy. My eyebrows are not, you know, drawn in heavy and dark. I don't like that look. And it's just simple, neutral makeup. Especially for ladies, you know, in our 40s and 50s, you want to look nice, but you don't want to look so made up and you don't want it all caked up on your face either. So yeah, this is it. And if you're new here, I hope you like my vibe and you decided to stick around and subscribe. Please turn on your notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Leave a like. It helps to get the video pushed into the algorithm so more people can see it. You know, come on by here and perhaps become a drop, just like you today. Leave a comment. Here on my channel, it is predominantly made of hair content, makeup, and fashion. Every now and again, and that's only if I'm going somewhere doing something, I may sprinkle in a vlog, but it's basically hair, makeup, and fashion. And share the video because sharing is caring. And I will see you guys in my next upload.